Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm here with my month-end wrap-up for February. So I wanted to go over with you really quick how much I spent, then I'll review a few of my wins and then give you a view of my side-by-side. So I spent a little more this time than I did last month, which did not meet my goal that I had set for myself. I spent a total of $205 on food, partly because I bought those boxes of one protein bars. That was about $30. Tyson appetizer, a few things I wasn't planning on buying that added up pretty quick. And on the pets, same thing. I said I was going to cut that in half, and I spent 130 this month. Not as much in the treat category. I actually had to stock up more on the wet food and the dry food, and still going to work on that in March. I also spent a little over $75 on household stuff. I had dish soap, laundry sanitizer, toilet paper, none of which I had to buy in January. So that was an additional expense. I'm kind of feeling like I spent more in February in every category than I told myself I would. So I'm not going to beat myself up. I'm just going to move forward and try to keep it as low as possible in March. I'm doing the no spend for 2 weeks, stay out of the store the first half of March, and I am really going to stick to that this time. If you watched a prior video, you may know that I got my hours cut back starting last week, so my income will be slightly reduced. And I'm so thankful I still have an income. More than ever, focus on keeping expenses down wherever I possibly can. In addition to saving on groceries, I did in the last 10 days or so cut out expenses more of a luxury than a necessity. For example, our cable bill was $185 a month. Well, that package ended, and suddenly my cable bill was going to be almost $260 a month. That's crazy. First of all, I never watch TV. All I do is YouTube, right? Love my YouTube, you guys. Love all of you. And the girls are always watching the streaming stuff, right? Netflix, Disney. Had a little powwow with the YAs, and they all agreed we can live without it. And so now that bill is cut down to $107 a month, $150 a month savings. And I also cut out some of the little subscription, really add up. And I cut out about $50 there. And because I don't have to go to West Palm 5 days a week anymore, I'll save about $300 a month in gas and tolls. Moving forward, my plan is for March to continue to try to get through everything in the side by side that I can. Still the main focus, although if you've watched some of my bits and bites videos, I've really cleared through that meats, bits and bites bit. I'll have a couple of things in there, the veggies that are in there, and then the bottom drawer of meats. A week or so we'll be using things out of the deep freezer when it comes to meats and veggies. I'm happy about that. So some of my wins, I cleared out one entire veggie bin, and I was excited to do that. I cleared out almost all of my meats, bits and bites bin, a little bit here, a little bit there, and it did take a solid 2 months. I never thought it would take that long. I have significantly more room in my side by side with emptying all that stuff out. That's great. I also less cream. That was a big goal. I literally bought half as much as I did in prior months. When I found out I was getting my hours cut, having gone through my inventory of my freezers and my pantry, we can make it a solid 2, 3 months. I feel so blessed to be able to say that. And it really kept that stress level down. I was so thankful that I had timing wise, with that knowledge in mind, it made such a difference. So, if any of you out there have put off doing a thorough inventory of your pantry or your deep freezer, please do it. Not only will it help you make smarter decisions going forward in what you buy or don't buy and what you need to focus on using up, but you just never know how things are going to go. And to have that knowledge at hand and not have to suddenly put in the hours to figure that out under stress. Oh boy, I'm so thankful that I had done that. Another fantastic win I am so thankful for. I gained 130 subscribers in the month of February. Thank you all so much. And I really made some friends. I truly have. Thank you. Thank you all for tuning in and commenting, subscribing. It's such a blessing. Yeah, those are all my wins, and my areas of improvement are really a repeat here. I need to stay out of the store. I need to spoil my cats less. But a couple that I'll throw in there. I need to get more creative in the kitchen. You know, you can get creative with what you have. And now that I'll be home 3 days a week, I'll have more time to get back to cooking recipes and whatnot. So I'm going to try to make the most of that. I want to try doing some fermented vegetables. I think I've got a bunch of carrots. At least they've got a lot of really big tops. Hopefully be able to harvest this month. Pepper plants have got a bunch of blooms going, and I've planted some zucchini. So I'm hoping in another month I might be able to try making a few jars of fermented veggies. I already have the jars. Murphy's Law, I think I bought that right before I went to work in West Palm. And so I just never got around to using those things, and I have them, and I'd like to try that. So, yep, that's all my nonsense for February. Thanks for listening and watching. So now I'll give you a tour of the side by side. Okay, so here's the side by side. I've got a little space up there in the top. This is a whole empty shelf. I did take out my basket of meal prep plan meals items that I had put together a few days ago. I just took that out so you could see I have an entire empty shelf here because I will be using those items throughout the week. And I will continue to use this empty shelf for meal prep planning and having everything ready to grab when I get to cooking. I had just that little space above for that. And of course, I'm down to one bin of veggies there on the right, and on the left, that's some fruit and a little bit of sauces. And then this is my almost empty meats, bits and bites bin. And down here, I've got packages of meat that I am going to use up in the coming weeks. Mostly seafood in there, but a little bit of chicken, a little bit of bacon. And this is all the shredded cheese we have, about a half a package of mozzarella, half a package of cheddar. Try to make it till the middle of March before I refill those. Some ice blocks for the lunch bags. So yeah, definitely making progress there. And I'll put up a picture here of the inventory that we have used. Is legible for you guys on screen. But just to summarize, we're down to 36 chicken breasts, and we started out at 58 the 1st of January. I've gone through almost all of the chicken leg quarters for the cats. I have just enough left to get us through the middle of March. So here's a quick look at our pantry. I have cleared out quite a bit of space. I don't know if you guys saw my first pantry tour, but that thing was jammed up right to the edge. I cleared out a lot from this shelf. We went through a couple of things of salsa, 2-3 things of marinara, at least 1 jar of mayonnaise, a couple jars of peanut butter since the 1st of January. This shelf isn't looking any emptier because I added to it with the 1 bars, although I have gone through 3 out of the 5 boxes I bought just a couple of weeks ago. And Danny stocked up on some applesauce there because she had her wisdom teeth out. And I've gone through a couple boxes of crackers, a couple cake mixes, brownie mixes, but you know, nothing staggering in here. We're slow on the pantry usage, but I have really got to get with it on using the cream soups Out here in the garage, we've gone through quite a little bit. A ton of toilet paper. If you actually had to go restock on that. We've gone through quite a bit of shampoo, body wash, some Ziploc bags, quite a few of those napkins. I had about 8 boxes of Kleenex. I'm down to 2. So we're well stocked through June on all of this except for toilet paper. And also it's hard to tell on these canned goods, but I've used up quite a bit compared to when we started. I'd say probably 10, 12 various cans. Long story short is, boy, we really don't need anything through June, and I predict I'll be moving syrup and pasta if we move sometime in June. But I just wanted to give you a quick idea. The deep freezer out here is full, although I do have room to stick a little bit in there, although the plan is to stick nothing in there. We're going to carry on with our pantry challenge right on through June for sure. Just to give you a quick peek at the dinner I made last night. This was the spaghetti with sauteed veggies. I sauteed little cherry tomatoes from my garden and a little bit of frozen zucchini, an onion, and some garlic. And then I added some mixed veggies and a little bit of frozen peas. Let those warm up while the noodles were boiling and the meatballs were in the oven. And then we tossed all that together with some olive oil and butter, some garlic salt, garlic powder, Italian seasoning, and then I grated in a bunch of Parmesan cheese. And then just to show you real quick a strategy I'm using to use things up out of the refrigerator. This is a little bit of leftover grilled chicken and some crispy green beans out of the refrigerator from another night's meal. So I reheated those up as well. And the girls love these crispy green beans. If you haven't tried those, they're the Bird's Eye brand. Definitely pick a bag of those up if you've got kiddos. And just to give you a quick look at the finished plate, we all enjoyed it. Danny was able to eat a little bit as well, bless her heart. Thanks for watching. Take care.